take you around a little bit, show you the most important mosaics. I know maybe you will want to look to all of them, but I will give you then free time at the end to have a look around. So here is the first department. I'm sorry we're not respecting the chronology because, as I said, they are working in many parts of the museum, so I will try to show you all the open areas in here. So this is the first department, which is the Byzantine Christian department. So Byzantine Christian department because it was during the Byzantine time that we've had the development of this Christian religion here in Tunisia anyway. So you have all these mosaics from different Byzantine sites and Christian sites, and that's why these mosaics are different from the other Roman mosaics that we will see on the upper floor. These will be considered more as religious. In tomb-built mosaics, they did find these mosaics in tombs, like the one that I showed you in Carthage, like a room decorated with these mosaics on the floor and even on the walls, and also they will find the sarcophagi. But before talking about the mosaics, I wanted to show you this, a baptismal font made on marble, dates back to the 6th century AD. They did find this in a church in the island of German, you know where it is, in the south.
Literature teaches oral themes and traditions. So we read about things
What's interesting in here is to see the architecture. It's representing the architecture of this building. Here you have the main entrance, stairs, okay? Main entrance, and then the portico. And they did even represent the altar that they did have in here, and the mosaics on the floor. So this will represent, ladies and gentlemen, a church that dates back to that period. I'm talking 4th century AD. And have a look what's written in here. Ecclesia Mater. What does that mean? Mother Church. And then Valencia, name of a person. In pace, rest in peace in these tombs. So it was also a decoration in one of the tombs. But what's really interesting about this mosaic, it's not as that impressive, but if you come a little bit closer, you can see even the different materials, the different stones, marble that they did use in here. Not just that, terracotta stone of the Roman period. I will show you other mosaics that dates back to the Roman period. These one at the bottom still date back to the Byzantine Christian period. But look at this. Beautiful statue of Apollo, the sun god, and this one dates back to the Roman period. But look at what happened to this statue. Like most of the statues that we did find here in Tunisia, they will have part missing. I'm not talking about the arms, because when these statues will fall down with different walls, different destruction, they will lose their arms. But there is parts of the statue, like this one and the other one, that have been destroyed in purpose, like the nose. They took up the nose, you remember, we did mention that symbol of pride, and also the other parts. So all these statues have been castrated, and they did take the nose of these statues to give less importance to the Roman god it was during the Christian period here in Tunisia. Let's continue. Okay, if you can get on this side, please. Here we go. This side, please. So, there is two very interesting mosaics in here, and one on the top of them is a huge one. Imagine having this in your house, ladies and gentlemen, for an impressive mosaic. But this, I did talk about this mosaic when that yesterday in Dublin. I did find this in one of the houses, the one next to the sign showing that area. It was this one here, Ulysses, the journey of Ulysses, and written on the Odyssey, and you have here Ulysses and the Sirens. So he didn't know how to the man. Exactly. Yeah. So he didn't know about the danger of these sirens. Like have like kind of attractive songs, so everybody who will listen to them will want to stay with them there forever. ship like this, even if he can listen, and he wanted to listen to the Song of the Sirens, this famous Song of the Sirens, he's not able to do anything, not even to give orders to his companions. But on the other side you have the sirens, and you can see just Ulysses is looking towards the sirens. The others are not listening, so they don't really care. They are just going straight ahead, and the sirens here are represented like some of the interpretation of the Odyssey is like half women, half bird, like half fish, like what we have. But also very important about this mosaics is the space. The space, because like if I have a courtyard at home like 2 meter per 3, so I will order a mosaic 2 meter per 3. And here the mosaics needed to fill in all that space. So it's a technique that we have at the beginning of the 3rd century especially. So he added this fishermen that have nothing to do with the history of Ulysses, of that story. And look at the sky also. They needed to fill in all that space, and they represented like the continuation of the sea. You have waves, fish, so they have to fill in all that space. And on the side, we have...
Is that a lobster, scorpion, or phallus?
Which one? A langoust. A langoust. A langoust. And here we have another beautiful mosaic representing Dionysus. Dionysus is in here, and who's with him? The drunk guy, Silenus, always with him. But what's really interesting in this mosaic is the fishing techniques. Look at what they use in here. To fish the octopus, they use also the jogs, like what they use in our days in Gerba. They continue to do that. The pottery jars, they will put them, and the octopus will try to make a house in there, so try to live in there, and that's how they got them to think to these terracotta jars. And here as well, you have the sea covering the whole space. Let's move to the other room, please. Okay, have a look in here now. Very interesting mosaic, this one. The one in front of you. You can guess immediately if this is hunting scenes. They are hunting the wild boar. Look at this. Servants and dogs running after the wild boar, waiting for him with nuts, and that servant holding boiling water, waiting for the animal over there. So you can see that's how they used to hunt the wild boar. And on the top, they already had got that one, taking it for barbecue. And on the other side, what we have, it's a beautiful representation. Actually, not as that beautiful, because these mosaics are made by artists. And as I said, some are much more brilliant than others. Here you have representation of Venus, the goddess, beauty goddess, but she's not as that pretty here. And look at the mistake in these mosaics. The crown is too big for the head of Venus, so the mosaics made a mistake calculating the space that he has between the right and the left. And the girls, ladies on that time already started to use the silicone. Sorry, it's the end of the tour, sorry.
I never saw female centaurs before.
Didn't get their inspiration from here as that. And it's a god, so that's holy, but that's important. But what's really interesting in this mosaic is the 4 ladies on the 4 corners. These represent the seasons, the 4 seasons. Nature, the top, the winter, the summer. On the left, you have half covered with the grapes. That's the autumn. Down here, it's cold. It's totally covered with the olive tree. That's winter. We're finally on the other side. Beautiful lady with the flowers. That's the spring. Okay, now please, from the moment that we have to speak, have a look in here. It's really interesting here. I will give you time to have a look. But wanted to show you these special hunting scenes where we have in here. This way, please. The theater entertainment in here. That's the kind of entertainment that they will have in amphitheater. We have gladiators over there. This way, guys. This way, don't worry. Gladiators. Yeah. Beer. There's in here. So you can see here, like a catalog of all the wild animals that have been used here in North Africa anyway, in different amphitheater games, lions, tigers, jaguars. And have you seen the other mosaic over there?
No, no jaguar.